Hey, Ryan here. I'm in Ohio, visiting my brother. My brother just bought this ginormous house that is like a 10-year remodeling project. It's really cool. So I'm visiting him, seeing his house. I brought my daughter with me and seeing the new family compound, if you will. And this is a video. I'm not sending this video to everybody. This is just a video for a few of you who opened an email of mine from last week about something that I'm excited about and something that I'm excited to support. And it's a buddy of mine named Dylan. You might have heard him on the podcast. You heard me talk about him in a recent email where he's got this really interesting cash flow model that really has my attention. And I've always been fascinated by like how entrepreneurs make a buck and how entrepreneurs make passive income or like easy I shouldn't say easy cash flow, like, but I should say like just interesting business models that are cash positive, right? And obviously every business model takes work, but I've always been interested in like those high profit margin, high cash flow models that that really kick off on entrepreneurs' career or give them the cash flow in order to support the next thing that they want to do. Because that's how I got started. Like, I just wanted to get into this business because I wanted to make an extra $100 a day, and then that led to a career and a new path and multi-million-dollar businesses. But it started with like the first idea, the first $100 a day. And so I'm making this video for those of you who opened an email from me in the last week or so about what that model is that I'm kind of excited about. I had Dylan on the podcast where I was telling him, I'm thinking I kind of want to like invest in somebody who wants to do this. And he's like, man, I think you should. He's like, I wake up every morning and play some video games. I might sign a new client and I'm off to the races, right? So I wanted to give, first of all, an endorsement for what Dylan and his business partner Dan are doing. And I wanted to invite those of you who have expressed interest in this to consider joining what I am putting together. I'm not doing like coaching on this because I don't know this business model. I'm not going to go figure out a new business model, but I am interested in possibly like investing in somebody who decides to go down this route. Now you can go do it yourself. It's a perfect model for somebody who is either building a business but doesn't yet have the cash flows to be able to really go as aggressively as they want, or for the person who is still looking for their thing, or it's for the person who has tried their hand at entrepreneurship but hasn't reached like their first $25,000 profit month yet. That this would be an ideal thing to consider for somebody like that who fits into one of those categories. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to be putting together a Facebook group. It's not a mentoring group, it's not a coaching group, but it's going to be a little networking group for those of you who want to go into this business. Probably about 100 people or so. And what it's also going to do is it's going to give you a way to get on my radar or other people's radar if you want to consider bringing an investment opportunity to the group or bring an investment opportunity to myself. So if you don't have the money to be able to go as hard as you want in this business, but you find a really interesting opportunity and you're the type of person who myself or somebody else might want to sponsor, then we'll have a little bit of a tank here where we can, shark some opportunities, which as an investor, sounds really fun to me. It'd be really exciting to me. I'm also going to be bringing in some of my other students who run brands, because there might be some interesting partnership opportunities to happen there. So if you saw one of my emails or you saw the podcast, and you've expressed interest in going down this cash flow model, and this will be, this is a model where, you're really going to be focusing on cash flow so that you can build up another business or invest into other things, or just manage it like a cash flow business so that you can have the lifestyle that you want. This is going to give you an upper hand in making this successful. And it's going to give you the connections, and really everything comes down to who you do business with, not really what you do or even how you do it. So I'm putting together this little group, and it'll just be an opportunity for you to bring investment opportunities and for you to connect with people either in your area or in the Facebook group so that you can make some networking connections and bring some new opportunities to your life. So this is what we're going to do. If Dylan and Dan have a training course that they're going to be releasing over the next couple of days. And if you use my link to join, I'll see it. And I'll send you a personal invitation to the Facebook group that I'm putting together. And as a result, you're going to be in, first of all, you're going to have the best training on this model that exists. You're going to have an opportunity for you to pursue. You're going to be hanging out with other people with that mindset. And I read somewhere recently where I think it's 1% of people who hear a good idea ever do anything with it. And so if you're one of that 1% of people who's going to do something with it, and you join their training and you're going through and getting the education that you need to be able to put this into action, then you're going to also be invited to my little group and the opportunities that I'll put together as an investor that might give you an upper hand. You don't have to work with me. You don't have to work with anybody. You can do it on your own, just following their training, and you'll also be in a group of people who's doing the exact same thing, so you can share tips and tricks. If this is calling your attention, or at least interesting to you, then I'll put my link around this video. You can join what they've got going on. I don't know when you're watching this, so I don't even know if it's open yet. But when it opens, if you join, then I'll send you a personal invitation to join my little training group. Would love to have you. I think we're gonna do about 100 people or so. And if that's one of you, if you're one of those people, then I'd like to invite you. I think like 10,000, about 10,000 people that follow me opened the email. So about 10,000 people are seeing this. So I guess that is actually 1% of people. For the 1% of you who decide to do something, the 100 people, the 1% of the 10,000 people who are seeing this, if you decide to be one of that, then I'd like to invite you in. Thanks for watching. Hope to be working with you. Talk to you soon.